Hey guys, it's Natasha checking in, and I'm coming in to do an update on my sew and weave protective style. So let me get in close here. I still have the fro natural hair from privatestockhair.com, and I love it. It was about 3 weeks since I first got it installed this past Saturday. It's Monday. And I decided to get it redone. Not because there was any problem with the hair, and not because there was any problem with the track slipping or anything like that. I wanted a different style. So if you look back at my previous video, that style was very cute. I like that. But I had kind of like an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches of leave out. Inch and a half, maybe, yeah, maybe inch and a half, whatever this is, of leave out up front, and then just an inch around the perimeter and the back. The inch around the perimeter and back wasn't really a problem, but I didn't want to have to keep manipulating that much of my hair in the front. I moisturized, twisted, kept it twisted up. Didn't suffer any ill effects, but I wanted to have more of my hair protected, and I got in my head that I wanted something that would let me have a little bit funkier style with a little less effort. So I decided I went to the weave shop in New Brunswick, New Jersey. That's where I went for the first install, and I got their platinum package, where they use the mesh net over your braids. I do not get any added hair in the cornrows that are underneath. I don't get any synthetic hair in there. I did that a couple of times. The first couple of times I tried to sew in, and my scalp and hair just really do not like it. My scalp and hair were worse for wear when I took the sewing out. Much worse for wear. It was just not worth it. So I had talked to my normal stylist, who was Tamara at Main Advocates in Hell's Kitchen, New York, and she's awesome sauce. She has wonderful growing hands. She can care for natural hair. If you have chemical services, she does colors, cuts. She's the bomb. But she told me when I'm getting a weave, or getting a sew-in, I have pretty thick, abundant hair, that I didn't need to get synthetic hair braided underneath it. So it's worked out much better without that synthetic hair. This mesh cap has worked out very well. Also, I was nervous that it wouldn't let me get to my scalp to moisturize, but that's not the case. It's a very wide open mesh cap. If you go into beauty supply stores, I'm sure you've seen mesh weaving caps, and it's really wide. It's not like a pantyhose. It's like a wide, like fishnets. So I got that again. I have a very tiny leave out. It's like, I don't know, 1/4 inch, but it's enough to cover here. This comes up, and wherever I have a leave out, you see this streak of gray. My rogue streak is in full effect. And I decided to get something a little funky this time. So I got cornrows here on the side to kind of mimic the effect of an undercut. So you don't see it as much if I wear it like this, but I can flip the hair over, push back a little bit, and you see that, and gives me like a little funky style. I think this is very big and 80s, and I love it. It's reminding me of, I don't know, kind of like, I don't know, very 80s, like Olare from Thriller meets Chili from Glamorous Life, and they have some kind of weird smash up collab, whatever. But I am really, really, really enjoying this. So that's that. I would really recommend, if you can, if you're going to attempt to sew in, not getting the synthetic hair braided with your hair underneath, unless it's absolutely necessary, or if you use that and it doesn't bother you. For me, it made a world of difference. The first time I tried a sew and weave, since I was in forever, basically since I was natural, was not a good experience. And when I took it out, my hair felt much worse for wear than what it was when I initially put it in, and it's kind of a setback. And If you also subscribe or watch any of Janelle's videos from Black is Beautiful from Kinky Curly Coily Me, she talks about, her most recent videos talks about setbacks she experienced after doing protective styling with a sew and weave, and it really resonated with me that, you know, sometimes we can be trying to do things to protect our hair and it could really be detrimental. So some of the things that I watch out for: I do not get any cornrows with synthetic hair because of my experience that I had with that. I make sure I have something where I can access my scalp at all times, making sure that when I'm getting the braids done, it's not pulling out my brains through the braids, because that can give you traction alopecia. Don't get it done the same exact way over and over again, because even if the braids are not too tight, or you don't, you know, your style is not too tight, doing the same thing to your hair over and over again and pulling it in any direction, no matter how gentle, can lead to breakage. And there are some things that you may not recover from, and that would defeat the whole purpose of getting a protective style. So far, so good. When Beast came out, they did the takedown, my hair was still really full, very healthy, felt really strong from the daily moisture that I feed my scalp and hair that's up underneath here. Didn't have any scalp abrasions, nothing like that. There was no issues. And I got a deep condition. Anytime, you know, you're taking down a protective style, you want a deep condition, because you can't get to your hair the way you normally would. Even when you're moisturizing all the time, you can't get to it like you do when it's loose. So you want a deep condition. And I got a light trim, very light trim. They did like I think she did a dusting, maybe a 1/4 inch, maybe. So that was good, because again, I want to make sure that I'm doing this to protect my hair. I'm also doing it to prevent myself from doing something drastic and crazy, like deciding to shave off the side of my head, which would be so cool. But I'm trying to be patient and trying to see if I can kind of grow out my fro to where I'll be able to let my fro grow out and be just big and fabulous. I used to have locks. I've been natural for a very long time. I used to have locks. They got to be very long, reaching the bottom of my back, top of my tushy. I cut them a few times because I just could not have hair touching my butt while I was like washing it in the shower. That freaked me just freaked me out. So I cut it up to bra strap length, let it grow some more, dyed it, cut it back up, and then I decided I wanted to experience loose natural hair again. So I did like a chop and take down, and then the color that was in the locks had damaged my hair, so eventually I cut all that color out, and then went on with some different protective styles and things I hadn't done, different things like sew-ins or braids with extensions. I hadn't had any extensions in my hair in years, like 8 years, 9 years, something like that. And had that disastrous experience with my first sew-in. After that, just felt like I had setbacks with my hair, so I went and got a tapered TWA, which I love. And I'm trying not to go back there. I'm trying to just let my hair grow out, get my regular trims. My lesson is avoid synthetic hair wherever possible, especially cornrowed close to your scalp. Doesn't work for me. So I'm here with the sew-in, which seems to be doing pretty well. So, you know, we'll see. But that's my rambling update. Again, this is the Fro Natural Hair from privatestockhair.com. And I will, I do really enjoy it. I will come back on at a certain point pretty soon, and I'll try to show you what it looks like when it's not kind of dry and fluffed, to show you what the curl pattern is like right when you co-wash, because it has a really pretty curl pattern. So if you wanted to wear it with more of a defined curl, you certainly could. You know, you can co-wash it and not disturb the curl and not poof it up and have a little bit more definition in there. But I like it funky and big, and the fact that it doesn't have too much sheen to it makes it oh, you can see some definition here. Yeah, the fact that it doesn't have too much sheen to it makes it more natural looking for what my hair is. I have type 4 hair, 4A, B, what have you, and my hair does not have a lot of sheen to it. You know, you can tell when it's juicy and moisturized, but it doesn't have sheen to it. It's not reflecting the light the same way someone with like a smoother cuticle, type 3, type 2 hair, or type 1 hair would have. So this makes it look more like it's all me, boo. But again, if you wanted to have more definition, more of this definition like you see in here, when you co-wash it, goes right back to that. So I'll come back and share those pictures with you guys, or you know, do some random chat about while I'm putting conditioner in there. But that's it, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope your summer is fabulous. If you have any questions about the hair, you can drop them in the comments below. I'll try to remember to include links in here, but if there's something I talked about and I don't link it and you'd like the link, you can leave that in the comment below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Bye, guys.